Hi guys, this is Nikki, your Kauai Island Medium, psychic and energy healer, coming to you today with Mediumship Miracles and Spirit Storytime episode number 2. Have you ever wondered what happens when Spirit goes above and beyond the mediumship reading to get their messages delivered to their loved ones right when they need it the most? Well, in this story, Spirit did exactly that. And what started out as a simple in-person reading in Colorado turned into one of the most extraordinary, incredible messages of worthiness and love that I have ever witnessed. As a reminder that even when we feel forgotten, Spirit never forgets us. So stay with me until the end of the story, because the confirmation and the whole thing just still to this day give me chills. So I was headed to a work training in Colorado and had scheduled an in-person reading with one of my longtime hair clients and good friends while I was there. And, we had planned to go to lunch that day as well. So we started out with the reading first. And in the initial reading, the spirit activity was quite overwhelming. She had several spirits come through, I think 4 actually. There was her father, grandfather, grandmother, and a cousin. And all of them brought through absolutely great messages, memories, symbols, and things that she needed to hear. But the most important aspects and messages that she needed to hear didn't come during the reading. They came afterwards while we were at lunch. So we were sitting at lunch and continuing our conversation about my mediumship journey and just my engagement in the spirit realm, when all of a sudden I received a download of the movie One Life. And if you've ever seen this movie, it's about Nicholas Winton, who saved a bunch of people during the Holocaust. And in the very last scene of this movie, he doesn't know that he's surrounded by all of these people that were survivors and affected by the work that he did in the Holocaust. And he's actually acknowledged for how extraordinary he is in that moment. And it just hit me like a ton of bricks that this was the message that my client needed to hear. And so I told her, I said, I'm being shown this movie, and if you've never seen it, it really just, I went through the whole thing and explained to her that her grandparents wanted her to know that her works and who she has been in this life touched people to that magnitude. Excuse me. Obviously, these moments still are very touching to me. Anyway, she had conveyed to me that in her assisted living situation that she was feeling quite depressed and quite worthless, and had kind of this feeling like she had lost her purpose. And the bringing forward of that message as a reminder to who she's been in this life was absolutely imperative at the time that she received it. So that was incredible. The other crazy thing that happened during this reading was that I kept getting an A name. And a lot of times I'll bring through messages and things, and my clients are like, it doesn't make sense. I don't know where this fits. And this was one of those times. And yet it was persistent. And so I told her, I'm getting an A name continually. I'm getting like Anna, something along those lines. And finally, she's like, you know what? I have a cousin by the name of Anne. And it just so happens that a while back I sent her an email communication and I never got a response. And I felt in my heart that maybe something had happened to her and maybe she passed away, but I had no way to validate that. In that moment, I then knew for sure I had Anne with me, and that yes, in fact, Anne had crossed. So I, gave the information to my client, and she was like, well, how can we, validate this? I don't know. I would like to tell my brother. So at that moment, Anne came through and I heard the word obituary. And so I told my client, let's look up, where she lived and see if we can find record of it. And sure enough, once we did, there it was. She got the confirmation and closure that she needed, and that she did need to know that her family member actually did pass away. So, I mean, this reading just blew me away in so many ways. It's amazing. So, point is, your spirit, your departed loved ones are always with you. And again, they're always looking for ways to communicate. So if you were touched by this story, please like it, share it, subscribe, pass it on. And if you're interested in having a mediumship reading, you can find my information in the bio. And thank you for just staying tuned, and I look forward to sharing more of my mediumship journey with you. Thank you. Mahalo.